If you guys have been keeping up with the latest superhero movie news, you guys probably know about the Disney and Fox deal that is going on right now. Basically, Disney is trying to buy Fox, with 20th Century Fox actually has the rights to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. So guys, if you want to hear my opinions on this and what might happen with this deal, make sure you guys definitely stay tuned. How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and before we get in this video, make sure you guys definitely subscribe to Webheads so you guys don't miss anything on the Fox and Marvel deal going on right now. I have plenty of videos coming out about it, especially when the news actually drops that they buy it, which I speculate they might actually really do. Make sure you guys definitely subscribe for that and turn on notifications so you guys don't miss anything on my channel. And smash that like button if you guys like this video. Comment below your thoughts on this, but with all that out of the way, let's get into the video, Webheads. So of course, one of the biggest stories of the year basically is that Disney is interested in buying 20th Century Fox, and 20th Century Fox has basically come out and said that they can't really keep up with studios like Disney, and they can't really keep up with the superhero movies that they're making or any of the movies that they're really making right now, as of like all of their franchises, say like Star Wars or Marvel, anything like that. They can't keep up with studios like that. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to sell off a bunch of their assets, which includes the studios and of course two properties that are really big for Marvel, which are the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. Now, I did do a video on this before, basically that this whole thing was announced, that it was happening, but now just a couple days ago, news came out that talks were getting really heated up, and they're putting a price on basically everything that Disney would be buying from Fox, all of their assets, and the number going around is $60 billion. Now, that is a lot of money. That is so much money, and to put it in perspective, Disney bought Lucasfilm for $5 billion. So really, that's a $55 billion gap right there. That is a lot of money, but really you have to look at all the assets that they're going to be buying. They're not just buying the studio and all the franchises that acquires, like Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Aliens, Predators, and then even like Planet of the Apes. They have all of that kind of stuff. Also, that includes all of their other assets they would be selling off as well, not just the studios. But Disney buying Fox really could be announced as soon as next week. And honestly, I personally think that this actually is going to happen by the end of the year at least. I think that Disney is going to be buying Fox very soon. This is kind of what it looks like way back when Disney bought Lucasfilm off of George Lucas. This is kind of the talks that were going around as well, along with the whole deal with Sony and Marvel about Spider-Man. This is definitely similar to those situations, and I personally think within the MCU we're going to be able to see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, and I am super excited about that, guys, probably as much as you guys are. And now really, let's get to the speculation part where we can talk about exactly what I personally want to happen if the Fantastic Four and the X-Men go back to the MCU and go back with the Avengers and just Marvel in general. At number one, I have a Fantastic Four movie right off the bat. In Phase 4, I want to be Phase 4 Fantastic Four. I want them to have a Fantastic Four movie and introduce and reboot the franchise, because honestly, Fantastic Four has been given 3 movies and all of them were duds. Obviously, like, I don't think there's really debate by that. I mean, obviously everybody has their own opinion about it, but those 3 movies were really bad. So I personally think that those movies shouldn't even be counted as real Fantastic Four movies, and that they should be rebooted and let Marvel do a great job with that franchise. I think they could do a great job with the Fantastic Four and do them justice. So that means recasting all the characters and really introducing all those characters. And I personally think that if this deal were to happen by the end of the month, I think they should do a cameo of the Fantastic Four in Avengers 4. Next up at number 2, I really want to see Galactus introduced in a post-credit scene after Avengers 4 so that he can take over from Thanos and be the big overarching villain of the MCU for the next 2 or 3 phases that they're going to be having. I want to see Galactus as a huge threat to the MCU, say for the next Avengers, maybe Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, the X-Men going forward. I want to see him as the overarching villain, and I think this would be really cool, because then basically going into number 3, we really can see the Silver Surfer movie. I personally am a huge fan of the Silver Surfer, and I really want to see a Silver Surfer movie. I think he is one of the best characters that the Marvel Cinematic Universe could put out in with James Gunn and Kevin Feige coming out about all of their plans for the cosmic Marvel Cinematic Universe that is going forward, and that the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be branching off into, say, like probably a Nova movie, maybe an Adam Warlock movie. I think the Silver Surfer would pose as a great movie for an extension of that cosmic cinematic universe. And we really could get in more depth with Galactus and all of his heralds, and basically just learning about who is Galactus and who is Silver Surfer and why they're so important to the MCU. At number 4, I really want this to happen just for one Avengers movie, specifically Avengers 5. I want Kang the Conqueror to be the villain in Avengers 5. I personally absolutely love Kang the Conqueror. He's probably one of the most known Avengers villains, so that's why it's kind of weird that Fox kind of owns the rights to Kang the Conqueror in the first place. I always thought of Kang the Conqueror as an Avengers villain. I never thought of him as a Fantastic Four villain or an X-Men villain. I never really saw him as that kind of a villain. I always saw him with the Avengers. He's always been in the Avengers comic books, so I thought it was a little weird that Fox kind of owns the rights to him right now, but I think with this deal, you can definitely put Kang the Conqueror in another Avengers movie, because he is one of those characters that is big into time travel, and he really is just a conqueror. He conquers planets, and he's tried to conquer Earth many times, but the Avengers, of course, defeated him, and I personally think he would be a great villain for the Avengers to face in Avengers 5 after Thanos. At number 5, of course, I want to see a complete X-Men reboot. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that really liked the ongoing X-Men movies as of right now, but personally, I don't see there being a possibility with the X-Men as of right now, after, say, Dark Phoenix, or even before Dark Phoenix. I don't see it as a possibility of Dark Phoenix really coming over to the MCU and having it make sense. I don't think that's going to make sense at all. I personally think you need to completely reboot the X-Men and redo the X-Men as it is, and kind of have their own franchise with it. And there's certain characters that I really want to see in this movie, and I actually have a specific list of the characters that I really want to see within the X-Men team. Of course, I want to see Professor X. He's kind of the head honcho of the X-Men. He really just brings the team together, obviously. If you've seen the movies or you're a fan of the comic books, you guys know that. He has to be in the X-Men movies, in my opinion. I really want to see that happen. But I also have Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Beast, and Iceman. Those are the characters that I really want to see within the X-Men movie. I think they could do a great job with all of those characters, especially with, say, Jean Grey and kind of handling her. And I personally want to see a Dark Phoenix movie, not with Fox, and I don't want to see the Dark Phoenix movie in November. I personally don't even think that should be coming out. I think they already did that storyline. They didn't do well with it, Fox, that is. And I actually want to see Disney do a storyline with Dark Phoenix, and I want to see Jean Grey kind of build up to that within several movies, and then finally blow up and be Dark Phoenix. I think the MCU and Kevin Feige could do a really good job with that. And last but not least, this is the big one that I think a lot of people are kind of hesitant when they're thinking, I don't know if I want the X-Men to be crossing over with the MCU's Avengers and Spider-Man. I think it's too lighthearted. I don't think it would work out, and that specifically is Deadpool. Now, with Deadpool, I have to actually agree with most of these people that are kind of saying that Deadpool wouldn't work in a PG-13 movie. I think he could work in it in like a small cameo, but overall, I actually want to see Deadpool left alone. I want them to keep making those movies. I want them to keep making Deadpool, like, say, Deadpool 2, Deadpool 3, Deadpool 4. I want them to keep going with those movies, keeping them a little separate from the MCU, kind of how like Marvel's Netflix with the Defenders, or say the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC, kind of how they do it. Keep them separate from the MCU, but of course there definitely can be room for cameos, so Deadpool can show up in a Spider-Man movie, or he can show up in an Avengers movie. I think that should be totally possible with the MCU, and I think that Kevin Feige can definitely figure out a way to make that all happen. And all the guys over at Marvel, they always do a great job. They haven't really disappointed me yet, so I personally think that all the faith is in their hands, and I think there's really no downsides kind of besides that with this whole deal. So guys, let me know your opinions down in the comments below. I really want to hear your opinions about this entire deal. Do you guys think this is going to happen by the end of the year? Do you guys think this is going to happen in 2018? Or do you guys think this won't happen at all? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear your opinions on this, guys. But of course, make sure you guys definitely subscribe to Webhead so you guys are kept up to date with all of the latest on the Disney and Fox deal going down. And of course, turn on that notification so you guys don't miss any of my uploads. Make sure you guys definitely smash that like button if you guys like this video and you guys want to see plenty more like it. And of course, click right here if you guys want to see my original video on the Disney and Fox deal. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye. Alright, Webheads, if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more, make sure you guys definitely subscribe right over here to Webhead. I have plenty more videos coming out on my channel about the Disney and Fox deal. Make sure you guys definitely turn on the notification bell as well. Make sure you guys definitely check out my social media links in the description below so you guys can follow me on various social medias, and make sure you guys definitely check out the 2 videos below me I think you guys would really enjoy. But thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.